this is Tim. Welcome to Tim Can Cook. Today we're going to be making breakfast sausage. I love a good pork breakfast sausage, and today we're going to start out with 1,000 grams, 1 kilogram of very cold pork butt. Now pork butt or pork shoulder is the perfect meat for this because it's already 70% lean and 30% fat. So the first thing we're going to do today is we're going to grind this up in our grinder where the head has been frozen so it's extremely cold, and we're using a medium-sized grind. It's going to get a little noisy here, so bear with me. So that's it on the grind. As you can see, we have a nice coarse ground, not overly coarse, but nice coarse ground sausage, which I really prefer for a breakfast sausage. So we're going to go ahead and add the spices now and mix this up. Now this is very, very cold. This pork was semi-frozen, which gives us a nice clean grind. You can see the fat has been ground nicely. It's not smeared. And we have a perfect meat to begin adding our spices. So there's nothing special about the ingredients that go into here. They're all pretty standard. You have salt, 18 grams, 2 grams of pepper. You can use freshly ground pepper, of course. I prefer to use this only because when I make a lot of sausage, I'm often going through a lot of pepper. Sage, 2 grams. Rubbed sage is a little bit better than ground sage. However, it really doesn't make that big a difference. Nutmeg, half a gram of nutmeg. Ginger, half a gram of ginger. Again, you could use fresh ground ginger if you'd like. It's just the powdered is just as good and much cheaper. Thyme, in this case 1 gram of thyme. And half a gram of cayenne pepper. Now I'm wearing these yellow gloves only because the meat is incredibly cold. So in addition to those weight ingredients, and everything is by weight, there's 100 grams of extremely cold water. This is just above ice water. And now we'll add in those spices. Just kind of spread them out. Don't dump it all in one spot. And of course we're going to mix this in with our hands, which is why I have these gloves. The gloves aren't really to keep me clean. I don't mind the sausage on my hands. The gloves are really because the meat is extremely cold. And this helps so that I don't run away before it's properly mixed. Now, the beauty of the breakfast sausage is you have a couple of different options. You can make breakfast sausage as links, or you can make breakfast sausage as patties. I'm going to make these as patties today, which is why I did a little bit of a coarse grind. If I was going to put these into links, this goes into sheep casings, which are pretty small, and the sheep casings prefer a smaller ground sausage. Doesn't change anything other than which plate we would use for the grind. Everything else is exactly the same. So as you can see, I'm squishing this through my fingers, and by doing so it does a great job of building up what in the sausage will bind it together. If you don't do this, when you go to make patties, you throw them on the fire and they'll just fall apart. So it's It's not quite as important in links, although it does hold your links together, but it's critically important when you're making patties. So I'm happy with this. If we were going to stuff these into casings, I would put this meat into the freezer, get it very, very cold so that it stuffs better. But since we're going to make patties out of this, we'll go ahead and start that process now. I like to make my patties using a hamburger ring, patty ring, and this just helps me get uniform patties. Now I want a ball about that size, and we'll do that just like this. We'll smash these things down in the mold so we have uniform sized patties. Now we'll go ahead and do this for all of these, using up the entire kilogram of sausage. I prefer to freeze my sausage patties. So we're going to put them into sealed bags, vacuum sealed bags. But you can't do that with a fresh sausage. If you try that with a fresh sausage, of course, they'll just turn into mush. So we have to freeze them first. So once we get a full tray of patties, we will pop them in the freezer, and then when they come out, they'll go into vacuum seal bags. Now that we have our complete tray of sausages ready to go, we're just gonna pop them in the freezer. So we're gonna cook up a couple of these fresh now, and we'll give them a taste test. Just put them in a medium hot skillet. I've added some pork fat. It's not officially lard, this is rendered bacon grease, and I'll show you later how to do that. I save all my bacon grease, render it down into this beautiful cooking fat. For now, we're just gonna cook a little bit of sausage here, and then we'll do a quick tasting. Hi, I'm back. So the sausage have been in the freezer for about an hour and a half. They're now firm enough that they can go into the vacuum seal bags. And I'm going to go ahead and seal 5 of them into each bag. This is just an inexpensive food saver. So the food saver allows me to freeze these and keep them in the freezer for as long as I want. Now the reality is they won't last very long, but because I'm freezing them 5 at a time, I can take them out, cook them sous vide, and then keep them in the refrigerator, pre-cooked, so that all I have to do is pop them in a pan for just a minute, and then on either side they will be crisp and ready to go. You need to make these sausage. I know you'll enjoy them. If you don't have a grinder like I do, you can grind with an attachment to your KitchenAid, or you can grind with a hand grinder. Either way you do it, these are the best sausage you'll ever taste. That's it for this time. Hope you enjoyed it. Please like and subscribe. I'll be here every week. Thanks for watching.